Hi, this is Christina with Blessed Living. Thanks for tuning in for this. This is going to be a meditation that is tied to the lunar eclipse that's happening this Saturday, the 28th. It is a lunar eclipse, which means it will be a full moon. And this is a time where the sun and moon are going to be actually opposite each other. So there is going to be some tension. When we had the solar eclipse, they were aligned. Now we're moving into some tension, and the eclipses kind of serve as bookends for energy work. And there's some activations that are taking place for people at this time. For some, it'll be a lot. For some, it'll just be a blip on the horizon, and they might not notice anything. So why is that? Part of it is people have been doing the work that they need to do and are learning the lessons they need to learn, aren't going to feel these massive shifts where the universe or God is like pushing us, along the path. And our astrology birth charts and transit charts can kind of show us where we're getting pushed so that we're staying on like the path that we've created for this life. Another thing is people where these activations are hitting. Sometimes it'll hit in a certain house that needs a big adjustment, whether that's your work or your family, your health. So when we look at where the sun and moon are popping up in your chart based on your house, and also looking at the signs that are coming into play, that's going to kind of give us an idea of some areas that you might want to be just paying attention to. Like, is there something, a pattern I keep repeating and I'm just not out of it? Or you're like, yeah, everything's pretty good in this part. You might not need that push. So when I was thinking about the meditation for this, full moons are about letting go. So what we're going to do is get into a relaxed state of mind and body. Allow the subconscious kind of also rise up, because the greatest guidance you can get is from within, and learning how to listen to that voice within, which I feel is the God within you. God is in you. God is part of us. It's our higher self. It's that soul that is connected to us and to God. I won't get into uh, the philosophy of it, but being able to listen to that inner voice is really important, whether you think of it as the voice of God or your intuition. That's where you're going to get guidance. And the only way really sometimes to get in touch with that is to be still and silent. And with the full moon, we're going to be asking, what can I let go of? What do I need to release? Because full moons are a time for releasing. And with this being a lunar eclipse, I think it's even more important. That being said, it's also super important because we're now in Scorpio season, and Scorpio is all about death and rebirth. I wrote about this in my newsletter this week. Definitely go to my website and sign up for that as I kind of go through what the energies are for the week ahead, highlighting one or two. And this was one I highlighted. And with the sun being in Scorpio, and we're going into this season with a full moon, that's in Taurus, which is opposite. I think it's really time. This is the time when we all go, oh yeah, the leaves are letting go, showing us how to let go gracefully. That's part of what this season is. And the symbol, Scorpio, we also find the symbol of the snake in Native American traditions. And the snake is about shedding its skin. So what habits or people or places do we need to shed and let go of? There's a lot on the internet about relationships ending, quit your job. I've done my fair share of of those things. But I don't think it's good to use this as an excuse to move in that direction unless you're really centered and you're like, yeah, this is what I need to do. Because a lot of time the work is not so much the job or the other person, it's the work that we need to do within. So when we get to that place, recognizing, is it a habit that you need to change? We have Mercury and Mars who are also now in Scorpio. So there's a ton of Scorpio energy here. Scorpio as a communicator, thinking about how you communicate. Do you hold back half of the story, being secretive as a Scorpio? Do you speak not necessarily to be heard, but just to like hear your own self speak? How are you communicating with other people? How are you receiving information from them? Are you listening? Not trying to respond, but just listening and sitting with what they've said. Mars is about action and desire and will. So like, what have you put into place? And is there anything that's hindering you? Whether it's your own patterns of behavior. This might be related to something that you started in May, actually, when we had the lunar eclipse back in May that was tied to this. So, and that moon was in Scorpio. So it's transformation. This is a bookend from the 14th, and it's a bookend from May. That date in May. You really want to look May 5th. Yeah. So that was a Scorpio lunar eclipse. This one, the sun is in Scorpio and the moon is in Taurus. Last in May, it was flipped. So we've started some transformation. We've looked at what we need to balance. And now the Taurus moon is giving us like this, get grounded. Do grounding exercises. Go outside, put your feet in the grass and the soil, do some planting or digging up and like doing that yard work. There's some nice weather around. Get outside and just be in earth, whether you're active or just sitting and allowing that earth energy to ground you and help you release what's holding you back. And maybe nothing is, but it's, as a teacher, the greatest thing that we can do as teachers is to reflect on how did my day go? What did I do well? What could I do differently? And I think that's just a life lesson that we all need to do every day. And giving ourselves grace to do that too, that we're always doing the best that we can with the knowledge that we have and the tools that we have. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into relaxation mode, whether it's seated or laying down. Hands either in your lap or to your side. Focusing on your breath, remembering that your breath is your friend. Paying attention to your breathing in and your exhale, breathing in through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Recognizing that your breath can get you through stressful situations and get me through exercises. That's what I had to do yesterday. And when I focused on my breath, I didn't think about it. I just focused on my breath, in and out. Trying to hold it at the top of an inhale always is helpful because it floods your whole body with oxygen, especially your brain, and exhale. Exhaling is slightly longer than your inhale so you can get rid of the stale air. And when you feel your mind wander, just bringing it back to your breath. This is a tool you can do in traffic, during a workout, standing in line, right? Recognizing those sounds from afar, letting the sounds from afar become like music. The only sound you focused on is my voice and your breath. And all of the external sounds become music in the background. From outside, and bringing it closer to the inside, the space in which you find yourself, recognizing the sounds, and bringing your focus back to your breath, letting the sounds fade away and coming into the space of the room in which you find yourself. Ticking of a clock, patting of an animal's feet, letting it all fade away. The moment you come and feel the sounds within your own body, the sound of your breath in and out. Feeling your body connecting to the floor, either seated or lying down, connected to the floor and through the foundation to Mother Earth and grounding. Feeling the roots connecting you, going from your body, connecting you to Earth. Invisible threads. And now we bring focus to our body. Starting with your toes. You do it slightly different. Right toe, second toe, big toe on your right side, second toe on your right side, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Right sole of your foot, top of your foot, heel of your foot, ankle, right shin, right calf, right knee, right hamstring, right thigh, right buttock, and right hip. To your left. As I say these, simply rotate it in your consciousness and move on. Left big toe, left second toe, left third toe, left fourth toe, left fifth toe. Left top of your foot, left sole of your foot, left arch, left heel, left ankle, left shin, left calf, left knee, left hamstring, left thigh, left buttocks, left hip. Whole of the right leg, whole of the left leg. Right thumb, right pointer finger, right third finger, right fourth finger, right fifth finger, right top of the hand, right palm, right wrist, right forearm, right elbow, right upper arm, right shoulder, left thumb, left first finger, left second finger, left fourth finger, left fourth finger, left top of your hand, left palm of your hand, left wrist, left forearm, left elbow, left upper arm, left shoulder, whole of the right arm, whole of the left arm, both arms together, lower back, along your spine, middle back, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, space between your shoulder blades, stomach, abdomen, internal organs, right chest, left chest, whole of the back of your back, the whole of your front and back together, neck, throat, jaw, right cheek, left cheek, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, forehead, back of the head, top of the head, all of your face and back of your head, both legs, whole of both legs, whole of both arms, front and back, head, your whole body all together, your breath, allowing your entire body to become completely and totally relaxed and still. Reminding yourself to not fall asleep. You will stay awake. You will enter a time of silence. Allowing the inner voice to come through. In this time of transformation and grounding to the full moon's energy, what can be let go? What needs to be released? Is it an internal thoughts that are toxic? Are there ways of communication that need to change? Are there lies that we tell ourselves? Are there habits that we need to break? With loving kindness, allow yourself to hear. Life is a journey with adventures and lessons. I always thought it's a journey we take to find ourselves. It's not a journey in which we set out with all of the perfect tools and ways of being. It's a journey of lessons. Recognizing that something needs to change or be released is not a downfall. It's part of this human school, this human adventure. And if nothing is coming up, just allow yourself to sit with the silence, focusing on your breath. When I struggle with focusing on my breath, I simply go in, out, in, out. You can breathe in loving kindness, breathe in grace, and breathe out. Just release. Release limitation, release mindset, release habit. If it's bigger than that, it's okay. Breathing in grace, breathing out your imperfections. We are imperfect. It would be very boring if we were all perfect, right? So we tell ourselves. Breathing in grace, exhaling, releasing. Breathing in loving kindness for yourself. And exhale, the release, the letting go. I mentioned another symbol or totem for this time is the snake. In order to grow, the snake must shed its skin. In order for you to grow, what must you shed? May the sun bring you new energies by day, and may this Scorpio sun bring you healthy, transformative energies. May the moon softly restore you by night, and may this Taurus moon help you ground and maybe feel centered in yourself. And may the rain wash away any worries that you may have, and may the gentle breezes refresh your soul. In all the days of your life, may you walk gently through the world and know its beauty. You've been given the gift of a new day. Receive it and use it in a lifelong quest for knowledge and understanding that you are a gift to the universe And the universe is a gift to you. I, of course, would say astrology is the way to help understand how those two interact as the love note from God in your back pocket, how the universe is there for you and helping guide you and push you into certain directions. But at this time, you can start to wiggle your toes, your arms, your body, stretching shoulders and hips. And then as we go from here, if something came to you, definitely be writing it down or reflecting on it over the next couple of days. The full moon is on Saturday, and so for 3 days prior to, the day of, and 3 days after, the energy is here to help and guide you. Like, you utilize it. We set our day and night by the sun and moon. We use the energies, the light from them on so many different levels. Why not use it for internal work as well? But for the full moon, one of the rituals I have done for so long is, for the full moon, is about releasing. So what I would suggest is sit with what maybe came through this meditation or what comes up for you in the next couple of days. And what do you need to release? Writing it down. Write it down. A word, I release, and then a word, a phrase, a sentence, a paragraph, a letter, a page. You can write a letter to somebody if you need to release them from your life, or a job if you need to release it from your life. It doesn't mean like at that moment. You can mean at that moment all connection is gone, or it can be gradual. So yeah, sometimes I'm the more, at that moment it's done, and maybe one or two regrets, but not many. So you know what you need to do. So as I'm saying, writing it down on a piece of paper, making that manifest on paper. And then if you can, on Saturday at 4:24, at the height of the full moon, or within this space of the 6 days, 7 days, take it outside, read it aloud, thank the universe, God, source, for always loving you, that unconditional love, unconditional grace, for all of our imperfections as we walk this journey of being humans, being a spirit within a human body. It's full of adventures and lessons. Giving thanks, and then I burn it. I let then the energy go up into the universe, the ashes to float away. And even if you want to, using the Taurus moon, this might be a good time to even just bury the ashes, burn it in a, I've used like an old candle holder because they're used to flame. So I have a ceramic candle holder that I'll put stuff in and burn it. With wooden matchsticks work really well. I'll burn that. And then for this, as I was writing this, I'm like, that might be something I need to bury, because it's a really heavy earth sign. It's a fixed energy, and we can bury that into the earth and let Mother Earth nourish that and help us release it. Because sometimes it's not a one and done. Sometimes we'll be back on another moon like this where we need to release something, and we might call on the Libra moon or the Scorpio moon, right? So those are my suggestions. Write down on paper what it is you come to in this meditation or in the next couple of days that you would like to release, to help you move forward and transform, either finish the transformation that started 2 weeks ago, Or what is it, 5 months ago in May? Something started. What do you need to release to continue it if it's not already come to fruition? And write it down, burn it. Fire gives us ritual. Fire is like it's cleansing and transformative. There is power. I want to say magic, power, and fire. So use that. You can give it to the winds, but for this one, I would actually suggest burying it in earth and then just working with that energy and see where it takes you. Like I said, sometimes it's not a one and done. Sometimes it's something that keeps coming back, especially things that are addictive, or we can have addictions not just to chemicals, but we can also have addictions to certain mindsets and ways of being. And those are hard to break. So if you're struggling with any of this, feel free to touch base with me. We can set up a consultation. I'm suggesting right now actually an aspect reading, which would help look at where Taurus is in your chart, where Taurus and Scorpio are in your chart. But with Taurus, with this moon activation, what house is Taurus and what aspects does Taurus have to the other planets in your chart, and see if there's some guidance that can come through there. So it's just like driving down the highway. Sometimes you've got different maps that you need to pull out to help you get to your final destination. If I'm looking for a place to stay, I'm going to probably go to TripAdvisor. If I'm looking for just the directions from here to there, I'll go to Google Maps. Which kind of map are we going to look at? Has a lot to do, like, with astrology. What kind of map? And that will all start with what we mentor and I and are in my group called the Sacred Question. So what are you wrestling with? I'd be honored to help you find some navigation tools for that. All right. Namaste. Enjoy the weekend. And until next time, check out my website, sign up for my newsletter as I do these every week. A newsletter and then a meditation, sometimes tied together, sometimes not. And yeah, I'll talk to you later. Thanks.